read a book about your life, and literally in this book it would detail everything that was going to happen in your life, would you read the book?
Hell no.
Oh, that's scary.
Hell no.
That's too scary.
Why?
But then I'm nosy. It's true.
No.
I think I would.
You
I
would
would
read
read. What, would it tell you when you're going to die?
everything.
Oh,
it's gonna
no.
tell you
See, I think
everything.
I would skip that part. I would skip
What about
that
the
part.
part that you're gonna die?
Yeah.
What if it's at the beginning?
Yeah, but how do you know?
How would you know?
Do you know what? Yeah, I think
Wait till the end of it.
based on the thickness of the book.
Based on the thickness.
If I see that it's like 4 chapters, I'm like, nah, I'm not even reading it. Once it's like that, I say, yeah, I want to live a long life.
What if some of the pages are just blank?
I mean, I shit to this life.
No, but
I think selectively. I think. I don't know.
There was a
think
movie on that. actually,
Secretly,
isn't it?
most of us
There is?
would want to take a peek. Understand? I think for me personally speaking, the reason I would want to look at it with some biasness is because I feel like there's certain mistakes that I've made in my life
Yeah.
that I would really love to rectify. And as much as we say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna own it. You know what, it happened. We can come back from it. There are some.
all a lesson.
There's some mistakes that even to this day I regret.
like
You
what?
understand?
So, but can I?
So you saying if
how
you
could
could
make
read
a
it-
difference if you read?
If
Yes,
I
that's
was
what I'm
able to
saying.
read
If you
it,
could
then
read it,
obviously I can
change it.
avoid it.
You change the
Then I
narrative.
might put myself in, then I might put myself in another situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
the
I
other
feel
thing.
like, you know, I think, there are cement or, you know, epic moments that I definitely feel like if I had the option to change, I would definitely change
But
it.
you do. So the reason I don't want to read it is because I don't subscribe to the fact that there could ever exist a book that has been created prior to my so-called existence that was written out of myself. I am a firm believer that you are the creator of your own destiny.
The glasses
You
are back on.
writing-
The glasses are back on.
Like,
Yeah,
we-
but then
we-
that,
we-
goes
I feel
to,
like-
that goes to seeing like spiritual people who can give you your future
Yes,
and stuff
I
like
know.
that.
We believe
I
in
don't go.
that.
I don't go to those people.
psychics.
No, I don't go to psychics.
I
I think it's a deadly
In fact,
trap.
I have
It's
an
a deadly
appointment. I have
trap.
an appointment with Asia tonight.
Exactly.
Who's
But is
that?
that not the same thing?
I wanna
with
come.
Asia.
Is
With
that-
Asia.
What's that? What's
What's
that?
a seer?
A seer, somebody who sees
Sees
into the
the
future.
future.
Oh, fuck.
So in the past, I have seen
Seer.
an energy healer,
Yeah.
right? And they are kind of like a seer because they tell you things about
Sorry, I have to laugh.
about your future, about why certain things are happening in your life. But at no point has anybody told me anything different.
Yeah.
So I'm at the stage in my life now where I wouldn't want to read. I wouldn't want to read anything else because I have come to the place in my journey where I understand that I create certain things, and even those things that Mark's talking about, where he said he would like to change certain things, all of that have contributed to making me who I am today.
So why are you?
So why is he then? Yeah.
I'm not going to see somebody.
You know what?
She is somebody who,
You said
who
you
messaged
meant
me.
to, but
She's
yeah.
somebody who messaged me online, and she said she's got.
Do you know
a
what?
message
It's
for me.
all.
So
It's
we made
all.
an appointment.
It's all a charade.
Hold on.
It's all a charade.
You contradict-
It's
you
all a
said-
charade.
You said you've seen someone like that
Is she
before.
going to charge you for this message? Oh, yeah, I thought.
No, but you said you've seen her before, no?
No, I have seen an energy healer
Not
in the
her.
past. So there is a new technology that's being developed, right? I can't remember what it's called, but basically what it does is it shows you some of the bacteria you have in your stomach, and it tells you whether you are prone.
Let's get your bums hooked
Oh,
up. Like.
shut it! And it tells you what diseases you are prone to if you eat certain
Based
foods.
on
Oh,
the
okay.
flora.
Based, right? So
I know what that
so you know what that is,
Yeah.
right? So for me, so this is for your physical. For me, I do that on a spiritual level as well.
Okay.
There are certain foods, there are certain things that I've had to cut out of my diet because it reduces my intelligence, or it does this, or it does that.
So
and,
that way-
and those are the things that I need somebody else for.
So is
In
that
the
why
same
you-
way, in the same way that I have mentors for business and all of that, I have that for spirituality.
So do you talk-
Energy healer
Yes.
does not tell you what's going to happen next year or who you're going to meet or what's
They
going to
do
happen.
sometimes.
That's right. That's
Oh,
not
they
her
do.
purpose.
That's
No,
not
that's
the
not her
purpose.
purpose.
Right. So this seer you're going to see today.
I'm not
Oh,
going to
not
see.
this- Sorry,
I'm
you're not
gonna
going to
see.
see.
I've
You're
got
go-
a face-to-face Skype.
Skype. You're going to Skype with her. She's going to tell you things. What if it's things you don't want to hear or you think you can change? What is the point of it?
There is absolutely.
Why are you entertaining
There is
this?
absolutely nothing in my life that I believe that I can't change. But what I do believe is that at certain junctures of my life, everybody, when you are driving a car,
I don't like
right?
to-
When you are driving a car, there is something called a blind spot, right? And you, as the driver in that car seat, can't see your blind spot. Throughout life in general, we
There's a
all
blind
have
spot.
blind
Yeah.
spots.
So you think
This
the
is why I
seer,
position people around me
Yeah.
who are able to show me what my blind spots that I can't see
so
myself.
the
See,
seer,
see,
you're
hold on.
That's
hoping,
all I do.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
What religion do you believe? Like, what do you?
I'm not religious. I
not
believe
religious?
a bit of everything. I was raised a Christian, but I'm at a stage in my life where I don't subscribe
Alright,
to
cool.
any religious way of
So,
life.
so for me personally speaking, that kind of comes. Okay, I do get the blind side of things and stuff, but I do think that you should be very, very careful in believing or in, investing your time in something that you don't know the complications of.
That's because you're a Christian, right?
It's not because I'm a Christian. I think it's just based.
If your pastor, if some prophet
I don't listen
who
to.
believes in the
listen,
Bible
I've been
comes to
to
you and
church.
said
I've
that,
been to churches through my growing up where people have said, "For the arms, feel the Lord."
And then jump on it, jump on the
From-
floor.
I've seen people acting, and also at the same time, I have grown up with my parents who kind of look for a kind of like a belief, something to hold their faith in, for a form of like a protection
it's
or
called an anchor.
a higher
Everybody
being.
needs one in life.
Everyone has one, you're right, but what I saw through that was so many forms of complication and
I agree,
confusion.
yeah.
And for me personally speaking, I wouldn't call myself, okay, I would call myself a Christian, but I wouldn't call myself a Christian just based on my parents. It's kind of like a choice. I know I'm not perfect, but then nobody is. The reason I choose to be a Christian is because I believe there have been opportunities and there's been times in my life that have strengthened my belief in that kind of doctrine, and it is for some, it's easier for me to relate to. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That might be an interesting thing for you to relate to, but I kind of just feel like it's a human being at the end of the day
And
who's
your
been given
preachers are
some.
lost.
You know, you have.
I'm sorry, do you have
you have
angels in the
preaching and
church?
prophesying
hold
is
on,
two different
hold on.
things.
You
To let
have,
someone
you have
teach
like,
is a different
you
thing.
have look, because
It's a different
I've got
thing.
family that are Muslim and I've got family that are Christian. So that woman that is a seer in my eyes she's a principality. And what I say by a principality is because anybody that understands a principality
I know
is
what principalities
okay. Cool.
are.
So let me. People might not know.
Yeah, people might not know.
Cool. So you
I don't know what you think
have
of
Satan, you have demons,
Right.
and then you have principalities.
Right.
Principalities are like ghost spirits, gens, and like forms of things that flow in and out.
Right.
Yeah, it's like who remembers Ghostbusters? You deliver electrocute. They go in a box, bullshit. They fly up in the air and they look for someone who's not weak or someone that's not strong within their calling. Do you understand? So I kind of feel like, although she may come across it, that's why I asked me what she looked like. She could look like anything, but she's a vessel. So I kind of see it like she could be a pretty face, she could speak well, she could present herself well. No, it's not voodoo, it's more of like, it's a principality. Someone that feels that they
Kind of
can,
like a supernatural.
yeah, someone that can tell you,
Sorcerer.
someone that can tell you, hold on, someone that can tell you, oh, this is not gonna happen, and put cards on the table. They're sourcing that energy from somewhere.
Okay.
And I want to
So
know
let-
where that energy is
So
coming
let me-
from.
so
Do you understand?
I can appreciate where you're coming from as a Christian. Right? Because
No.
It's not a Christian.
No, I'm saying
It's as a person.
I'm saying your views, the views that you just shared.
I'm
have-
skeptical.
No.
That's what I
The
am.
views you just shared have been shared by those of a Christian.
No, me.
You did not come up with principalities. You did not come up with demons. You have been
I
taught
came-
that from your Bible. And that's fine. I'm not bashing. I'm making a point.
To some degree,
Are you
yes.
gonna own what you said or not? Did you just say what
I
you said?
own what I
based on the
say,
fact
but
that
I'm
you're
gonna
a
own what
Christian or not?
I'm gonna own what I say with conditions.
With
And the
conditions
and the
that you-
conditions are that it's not pushed to because I'm a Christian. This is because I also
Where are these
educated
views
myself.
coming from?
These are my thoughts,
I get it.
not Christians.
Through
Okay,
research,
I
through
got it. Through
looking into
research
things.
on what?
Yes.
And it's what you
Research
believe.
is
What you
okay.
believe.
I come from
So you don't-
my whole background.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, my whole background. Listen, I'm the first generation of Christians. My mum and dad weren't Christians when I came to this country.
Okay, so
They
you're
serve
so I'm
what they
saying,
believe as demigods.
are you saying that this is from your Christian point of view or not?
This is from an open mind.
Okay, great. That's fine. The point I'm making towards that is I grew up a Christian, right? I was
So did I.
I grew up a Christian.
So
I
did
went to church. I was music director in church. So as a matter of fact, I traveled with a lot of preachers who did a lot of
Prophesying.
Miraculous things.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not gonna bullshit you. I have been with preachers on tour where I have seen people come in on wheelchairs and leave walking.
Yeah.
I have seen people who have.
But
I have seen
even
people-
them-
and I can't deny it because I was on the piano right in front of
Okay,
the stage,
cool.
so I saw it.
Can I say something to you, Michael?
No,
Right.
let me finish.
All right, cool,
So
go.
the point I'm making is, so for me to reach the place in my life where I chose to not necessarily exclusively belong to that religion is because I reached a place in my life where I started to learn that there were certain teachings that people were receiving that was making God a crutch, right? Where they would not be able to make any decisions without going to God and waiting for God to say yes, no, or maybe, right? So bruh, this is my view. You can't tell me my view is wrong.
Yeah.
Can't, but I can disagree with you.
No problem.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. The reason I love this subject is because nobody is wrong.
Yeah.
What I love about faith is that there are everybody. Look, if you visit my house, I have more than one way to enter into my house, right? Some people can come through a window. Some people can come through the front door. Some people can come through the back door. Everybody, that's your personal choice. But the point I'm making is all of us. If the thing I love about God, right? The thing I love about God is we are all these blind people. And I heard this analogy before, and it completely changed my views and my perspectives on faith and religion, right? Take 4 blind people who go into the jungle and they meet an elephant who they believe is God, right? You touch the tail of the elephant. I touch the belly of the elephant. You touch the leg of the elephant. You touch the trunk of the elephant. I came back and I'm like, listen, I touched God. And God is long and he is little bendy and he's all of that. I wasn't wrong. All it was I touched a part of God. That was not the fullness of God. You tell me, no. I touched his leg. He was sturdy. He was on his feet. He felt like this guy was sturdy. He was immovable. I couldn't push him. You're not wrong. Your view is just incomplete. You understand? So for me, when it comes to faith and how we approach it, nobody is wrong. We all have different ways of being communicated to. There are certain ways that some people will communicate to me, and I'm going to catch the message. That same way is not going to work for you because you've been wired differently.
So you say in seeing this seer, you think it could come through God. God's using her to speak to you. To tell you your blind spot.
So
is that,
I believe.
Is that what you believe?
What I have yielded to is I trust.
I
I fully trust that I am protected on every front. There is
What gives you that mindset?
because you heard of something called faith.
It's just faith.
You heard of something called faith.
Because that's exactly what I believe.
Faith. Huh?
That's what I believe.
Yeah,
there is nothing that can.
So, and as a
destroy
result
me.
of that, if I don't care how God has to get the message to me, the message will get to me.
No.
understand?
That's like drinking out of a dirty cup, man.
Bruv,
You can't
that's
do
your
that shit.
opinion.
No. It's
You see, when
it's
it
an
comes to
opinion,
this
but
subject,
How can you be sure that this lady is coming from?
I'm not sure of
There.
anything. I'm just simply
But you
going
just
to
said
have
it's
a
all about
conversation
faith.
with her.
What
You
if
can't
it's-
contradict
But this
yourself.
is why I
There's
wouldn't read the book. This is why I wouldn't read the book. Because this is why I wouldn't read the book if there was a book there that could tell me everything. Because if this lady comes and she tells me things I don't want to hear, you're going to dwell on it. I don't care how
it's a
much you
biased
say,
thought.
I can
biased
change
thought.
and I can
No.
do my own. So listen to it then. If you can,
I
if
completely
you can,
disagree.
No, if you're
But
in
what if the
charge.
woman can tell you something
If
and then
you're
you
in
can
charge-
avoid it?
Say again?
No, but if you're in charge
What
of your
if
own
somebody can
destiny,
tell
as
you
you said,
something?
why listen to
You
somebody?
do get
who's gonna
situations
tell you
like that.
otherwise, and you're
You
gonna
do
go
get
anyway.
But
situations
you
like
couldn't.
that.
You couldn't tell me otherwise because I am connected enough to know where my destination is and what my
Do you know what I
journey is.
feel?
And so I don't listen. In life, there are many contradictions, right? In life, there are many.
Life is a contradiction.
You go through the journey of life, and each day you may experience something different.
Yeah.
In that experience, I call them suggestions, right? I wake up today, I believe that today I'm gonna have an amazing day, and I get out there and somebody crashes my car, right? The average person usually now goes, oh, what a shit day, I'm having a bad day. I don't subscribe to that. My initial intent was to have an amazing day. And if somebody crashes into in fact, in August of last year, somebody crashed into my car. I was driving my Porsche, somebody crashed into my car. Do you know what I came out the car, do you know the first thing I did? I went to give the lady a hug. And I said to her, are you all right? She wasn't all right. She burst into tears. Of course she couldn't be all right. But for me, that was an opportunity for me to touch another person's soul. And so fucking what if it comes at the cost of crashing my Porsche? You understand? So for me, but you see, for me, this is...
you just crashed her car. What else was you expected to do?
No, you dummy. She crashed
Yeah, I
into
said,
me.
yo, bitch! You crashed into my car.
No, she
She crashed into me.
Yeah, but
you
what else are you expecting?
Exactly. So that's what you would do. Wait.
We clapped for what?
Yeah, it's true.
We clapped because
No, but you see, it's because you are thinking on a very small level.
No, what I'm thinking of is the reality. She crashed in my car, I checked and she was...
Have you ever got something called car insurance? So I don't give a fuck about my car.
Yeah.
But what I want to care about is this woman. And you know what? She just found out that her husband was cheating on her. Right? Because I took the time. My purpose, and I have one purpose in life. Wow. And my purpose, I wake up every day with that purpose in my mind. And it is touching another human being and inspiring them to be better. Right? So I don't care. Listen. No, real shit. And so I don't get hung up. I don't get hung up on the little idiosyncrasies that happen throughout my journey. Everything has been positioned there so that my purpose can be attained.
Therefore, why are you seeing the seer? If she tells you some good stuff, you're going to receive it, aren't you?
Of course.
And you don't want to hear the negative stuff,
And
do
the reason
you?
I don't want to hear the negative stuff is because
you can't
I
choose.
believe
Your woman is going to cheat on you and
I believe that God reveals to redeem. And so if something bad is going to happen, and I know beforehand, if I tell you that, listen, if you get up the road there and you take a right, you're gonna get hit by a car. What do? You take a left, nigga.
All right, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I kind of feel, Michael, what you're doing is you're picking what suits you. Do you understand?
That's what you're supposed to do.
No, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take in the good and the bad and be grateful that you've had this message.
Did you just hear about me saying somebody crashed my car?
Hold on.
I'm just loading.
But there's no problem.
Wait.
No factually.
I'm just loading. What I'm trying to say is like, Michael, you brought up a point, because it's fine. You brought up a point earlier on about you travelled with pastors and stuff like that, and you've seen people get out of wheelchairs. See, my thing, and the reason I'm skeptical about things like this is because I believe that every energy sources energy from somewhere. Yeah? And the reason I'm bringing it back to that, you might have seen that, but what worries me, you see, you're an energy form. You're an energy form. The energy I pour out is the energy I receive.
Yes.
Do you understand? So what you had there was a moment of, okay, cool, I can choose how I'm going to handle this. Do you understand?
I chose before the situation happened.
No, listen, because the same situation happened with me, and I handled it completely differently.
I have no doubt.
Someone banged into me. I don't know. Listen, I think you see this. I put this up on my social. Someone banged into my car. Yeah. I got out. Good Samaritan. I looked. I saw it was a dude. I thought, okay, you're gonna learn today. I took a picture of the car. And I was just gonna do professional. Pull over, mate. Let's talk about it. Let's exchange insurance. Now, he could have been going for a whole load of shit, but he drove off. So what am I supposed to say? It's all part of it because I've got good insurance. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was pissed off, and the energy I decided to put out was, you know what? I'm not dead. You know, there's no serious injuries. I'm gonna deal with this professionally. But he chose, as an energy source, to deal with it differently. He chose to drive away. Now, the only reason I could put behind this is because he didn't have insurance. Now, the way this world works, yeah, it's like this. Karma, circle. 2 days later, I happen to be working on the site. I see the car, and I thought, how does God work?
Yeah.
I put my number plate like this. I said, 2454, 2454. I said, I walked up to the guy.
Yeah, this is God. Do you see God?
I took off my helmet, and I'll be honest with you, I took off my helmet, and I said, I was with 2 other guys, I said, excuse me, man, I'm just going to pop off to quickly do something. I'll be back in 5.
That's his work voice.
I saw a woman in the car. Now my energy changed again. I said, for fuck's sake. I said, are you all right? She said, I could see there were foreigners. So I said to her, are you all right? Is this your car? She said, yeah. And I saw a baby in the back. So I thought, I can't really do bad man today. So the guy came out. I said, excuse me, mate, is this your car? He goes, yeah, it's my car. And I grabbed him, yeah? And I lifted him. I put him on the floor and I said, do you remember me? I said, no, you won't remember me because when I got out of the car, you drove off. And today, I'm wearing oranges.
Yeah.
But today is your fucking karma.
Yeah.
And he was like, he started crying. I was like, yo, don't cry. Because the action you decided to do when you drove off is who you are. That's who you are. You can't change that. Now I'm going to show you the bad side of me. Do you understand? You're going to give me... You can say bad, but I say it as it is. I made him pay me money instantly. I asked him for a significant...
Raw cash.
And he did it. He did it. And the thing is, I would have been more than willing to... what do you call it? I would have been more than willing to go for it for insurance or listen to him, give him, because I've never always been like straight, you know, I've always been bent. So I could say to him, look, let's deal with it how you want to deal with it. You want to pay me cash? Because if there's any scratches, I understand if this goes on your insurance, it's going to fluctuate it. So let's deal with it how you want to. But he took that option of run. So now I can do what the fuck I want. You understand? This is energy.
Okay.
Do you understand?
So my response to that is, that's fair enough, right? But that's
If the woman drove off, would you be so calm?
I couldn't give a fuck. Mate, do you see, this is my
I got insurance too.
This is my attitude.
Fully comprehensive.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about how I choose to live my life, right? I don't live my life in reaction to circumstances.
I think it depends on the mood of the day as well.
Thank you.
The mood of the day.
You see,
Energy.
And do you know how I get ahead of that? I wake up every morning and I meditate and I set an intention of how I want to carry out this.
You
day.
can do that,
That's
but
lovely,
it's
but we're all
you
human.
can do that.
That's
Is it
lovely.
realistic?
When you do, it's
But
realistic.
it
with
happens.
It's realistic. It's realistic that shit is going to happen. But if I put shit on your plate, you don't have to eat it, do you? You have the choice. This is what I say to people.
What about
you
if
see,
it's
when
on your plate,
I
you've
like
got no other
what
chance?
the reason I take the time to meditate is because when you feel good, you create good situations in your life.
100%.
When you don't feel good, you create bad situations in your life. You are not worthy enough of me feeling bad and creating shit in my life. You just aren't worth that to me.
So are you happy every day? Do you get
no,
up every day happy?
I'm not saying that you
That's
wake
what
up.
you wouldn't see
I'm
a
not
sin
saying
if
that
you
you
were
wake
happy.
up every day and you are happy, but that is what I aim for. You understand?
I think what you're speaking about is taking power over how you feel.
Yeah.
I kind of think it comes down to knowing your power, and I think what you were speaking about is the idea of not handing your power away. Because the minute you allow someone to upset you, you have given your power away.
You just don't work. You ain't worth it.
But
The
we're
thing
all
is, like,
human,
but
though.
the thing
Things happen.
is, yeah, but that
we're
is
not just
something
human.
that my mum taught me from a very young age. Like, my mum taught me about forgiveness, and I've always had this thing where I just forgive people straight away. I don't really get angry. I just kind of like,
Me too, yeah,
I know
really.
that about I want to feel good, and the minute I get angry, I've handed my power to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just hold on to it by just letting things go, and I think that's really, really
But
powerful.
I think going back to the question, if you read a book or you let someone project onto you what's going to happen, you're giving away your power.
Yeah.
You are
So-
giving away
so-
your
so-
power.
To an extent,
So
yeah.
the way
That's what I think.
The way I see that is, if I put poison on your plate, are you going to eat it? That's
You
how
don't
I
have
look at
to,
it.
like,
That's how I look at. So if somebody tells me, if somebody comes to me and they say to me, listen, if you do X and X and X, this is gonna happen. Bro, you're not the controller of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, true.
No, but that's not what
you know
they
what I'm
do.
saying?
True, but like I mean, when I was growing up, I mean, my mum's been through quite a few divisions of within Christianity. So you've got white garment, you've got Pentecostal, you've got Church of England, you've got like quite a different. And my dad was
Denominations,
like,
yeah.
different denominations, perfect. Now I remember I used to go to a white garment church, and their specialty is foreseeing.
I figured that when you start talking about principalities and demons, I figured
No,
as
but
much.
it was like their thing was foreseeing, and when you can foresee, you can prevent. Do you understand? Now, if I want to relate this back to the book thing, I remember growing up, I was rowdy. I was in fights. I was in punch-ups.
Chantal was like, yeah, I thought so. I thought so. That's what she projected.
Did you finish growing up?
No, I'm Peter Pan. I never go. You know, I'm never gonna land. You know what I'm saying? But what it was is like I remember there was a Pacific time. My mum really thrived off it, and I used to live in fear because my mum would always be like, if you don't go to this place and drink, because you know the spirits that are gonna enter that drink, they're gonna do something crazy. Now I used to kind of take it with a pinch of salt, and my mum came back from church. I didn't go because I just started doing my own thing. And mum was just like, and she called me, I need to talk to you. And you know when your mum says that to you, you know you need to go home. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? She said, you know what? I had a message from church and they're gonna like make an attempt on your life. So I was just like, what, me? Do you know who I am? No one's gonna do that. What? I'll stick it on them. My mum was like, they're gonna stab you and it's gonna be quite fatal. Now,
The church?
no.
No,
Like,
somebody.
they told me like, someone came to her, we called him a shepherd. A shepherd is like a leader. And he told my mum, he's like, listen, I got a message from you. Your son needs to be very vigilant, he needs to be careful, he needs to fast for 7 days and do all this kind of stuff. So I did all of that, you know, fast, I didn't eat certain things. And I'll never forget, I just thought, you know, fuck this, man. This is my life. I started rolling around with certain things. And I remember there's a place called Hollywood Bowl. I won't say Pacific area. And I was notoriously known around there for doing certain things at that time. So I was rolling with like 3 or 4 of my friends that day. For some weird reason, all of them guys went home early, apart from me. So I was just left on my J's with something by my side, if you want to call it that. Nothing too dramatic. And I remember walking through...
Disclaimer! Disclaimer!
I don't want to get locked up! I don't want to get locked up!
Listen.
Disclaimer, it wasn't Mark. It wasn't him.
I can't take...
No, but anyway, long story cut short, let me just sum it up for you. So I got into a bit of a madness and I got stabbed. And I got stabbed in my... It was meant for my throat because they were like, it's meant to... My mum was like, oh, they're going to go for your chest or your throat. So I remember when I was getting into this fight, I just had my mum's voice in my head, like, why the fuck did I go up? So I'm fighting for my life. So I got stabbed in my back. This was meant for my, like, basically my chest, but then obviously I've moved and sliced my mouth, severed my mouth open, and then I was going to protect my chest, they sliced my arm, I've got like a mad turn. So I'll never forget running away, like I ran. I thought, call me whatever you like, pussy, whatever. Yeah. As they say, you should see the other guy. I made sure I left him with something that he'll be remembering me by. Do you understand? But when I went to the hospital, I remember I passed out. I was in the wheelchair, bandaged around my face because my face was squirting. I had temporary stitches. Had to wait for a guy to come down from Coventry, plastic surgeon, to come and stitch my face. So when I got there, I remember my mum screaming on the phone. And then the first thing my dad was like, well, didn't you warn him? And I was just like, fuck warning, this is my life. But the thing is, like, you have to understand that this was something that was put out there to make a choice with. And what I learned from that, as much as you can avoid, if you read this book and you can avoid certain things in your life, it might just happen in another way. Because I was under the information that something was gonna happen. So maybe hence why I was a bit jumpy and I dodged. Like, I don't think it was something that I could have avoided. It could have been something I avoided if I took the right precautions. Like when my mum would say, let's pray, let's fast, let's do this, don't go out. Prevention is better than cure, right? Now, I thought, forget all of that. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Now I'm left in a situation where I have to ask myself this question. Every time I see this scar, obviously it's gone down now, I have to ask myself, what if I had followed that kind of, you know, the fasting? What if I didn't go out that day? Because you know when energy is, you know when you miss a bus and then you hear 2 hours later that bus was in a collision? These are things you have to now think. You have to now think to myself, you have to learn how to listen.
And that's why I don't allow any situation to stress me out. Because I come from the premise that I am being protected at all costs. I don't care.
I was protected.
Absolutely, because
but
you're still here.
It was meant to happen.
Listen.
I'm trying to say is, no matter if someone tells you...
Because you were hard-headed, so it was meant to happen to make you see certain things. Do you see what I mean?
Whether that was meant to
that's
happen,
why.
whether you could have prevented that, whether you couldn't have prevented that, the way I choose to live my life is I come from the premise every single day. I wake up and I do this on a daily basis, like I brush my teeth and take a bath. Right? And I set my intentions of what I want this day to be. I set my intentions. So, my intention was just to go and play pool. Good for you. But it's deeper than that.
No,
it's
deeper than
that.
Because I feel, well, don't go out. It's unrealistic, isn't it?
No. You don't go out. What I'm trying to say is you don't go out with the intention of falling into a problem. Do you understand?
No. a lot of people, in fact, most people don't set intentions. Most people live by default.
Cool.
Most people live in reaction to the experiences.
But if you read a book on something or someone tells you something about your life, you're going to live in reaction to that thing.
So
it's a contradiction. You are going to live in reaction. You're going to live in reaction.
It depends on what is stronger.
I'm going to
For me, before you do, for me, nothing nobody tells me, up till this day, I have a very good relationship with my pastors who I used to tour with. And literally every month we get together and we talk. The last time we got together was literally 2 weeks ago, where they came here, we had a conversation, we talked on a level. And you know, when I had my energy healer told me last year, and she was like, we were in a session and she says, "You're fine now, but I can see there's like a bandage over your head because somebody has slashed your head open." Right? So this is what she told me. And she said, "I can't see the face of the person with the hammer."
Which is common.
But she said, "I can't see the face of the person with the hammer, but I can see it's a guy and it's somebody who is close to you." And I pride myself
Which leads on to what you were saying.
I pride myself I pride myself on the company that I keep, right? So that left me a little bit like
confused as fuck.
Okay, whatever. And then there was another. So my pastors. So I had this meeting with them a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, all of these things are about to happen. Nothing specific that he necessarily said, but just a lot of good things, which I expect anyway." And he said, "But there's a particular person that you just need to be wary of, and this person is a guy." And these have now been confirmed
twice
by two different sources.
Yeah, fine.
By your standards, by two different energies. Okay.
Yeah.
So then last week, one of my mates said something to me, and I was like,
"This is it.
This is the.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you." And so and nothing ridiculously bad has happened because I don't necessarily dwell in that energy. But especially in that energy space. But in the past maybe 2 or 3 years, definitely the last 3-4 years, I'll probably say that I have been a lot more understanding of how to take charge over your life vibrationally.
Okay, cool.
Well,
I like that. I'm going to throw something.
That's down to your character.
That is down to character.
Because I think if somebody else, had that been somebody else, like for example for me, if I go and see someone who's going to tell me things, like there's going to be this person, they're going to come into your life, they're going to cause havoc. I know how I am. I'm an overthinker. Everybody I'm seeing, I'm thinking, is it you? Is it you? Someone gives me trouble, I'll be like, lock off because it could be you, it could be you, it could be you, it could be you. And it's not a bad thing. It's not because you're stronger than me or I'm not. But I think it's too dangerous to read a book on myself or to go and see someone who's going to project. I just prefer to live in the unknown and just try and do the best I can and live because I also have kids and stuff like that. If someone comes to tell me something about my kids or something, I think like that. I'm not even thinking about myself. If they come to tell me something about my kids or something like that and I don't like it.
Tell you something to prevent things from happening to your kids.
I don't. I'm sorry. Let me just live. As far as I'm concerned, let me live and live to the best I can day by day. Happiness, spreading happiness, joy. I don't want any projections because I know it's just going to happen in life, and I know that's how life goes. But I don't want any projections.
I wouldn't read
personally
a book about my life.
No,
and
I'm not doing it.
I don't care what's in the book because I believe that I can change anything anyway.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So
that's the point I'm making.
Care. Like,
so I read
it's like I am born every day.
I do believe in destiny. I believe if you walk down the road and a car meant to hit you and you die, that's going to happen.
I believe
that's how
you see what she said, you believe in destiny.
I don't believe in destiny.
I believe everyone's born with stars. Yeah? If you have an understanding, you will have an understanding. If you don't, a star is like everybody, before you're born into this world, there is, from my understanding or my reading or whatever, my information that's been processed, everybody's born with a star that represents where they're going to go in their life. Yeah. Where they're going to die, what they're going to do.
That's true.
And we're all born with a trace of free will. Yeah?
See, I believe in free will.
Alright, cool. So when I say stars, like for example now, Michael might be blessed with a star that anything he endeavors in business-wise, it will go
it's going to
back
come to pass. Yeah.
But I might have a star.
I personally don't believe that.
No, I do believe, and I'll tell you why I believe. Yeah, I believe because I don't walk around with this mindset that I'm just a physical. Do you understand? I believe that I walk around with, my ancestral heritage in my mind, so it gives me a form of pride. Do you understand? And a sense of purpose. Do you understand? Faith is purpose. Do you understand? If you don't believe in something, you ain't gonna do shit. Do you understand? I'll tell you, there are certain people that you have to look at them and look at them with a third eye, a deeper understanding. Now, there are certain people, like I said, like yourself, who will be prosperous, but there might be someone who's just as intelligent as you, even better than you, but because of his star and maybe the mistakes that his ancestors have made before him, he's cursed. There's a block.
I completely disagree.
No. There's a block. We're all looking for good things in our life. We're all looking for protection, for something. Some of us just want protection to look good. Some of us want protection because we know what we're running from. Do you understand? We can't all say that we all just want to be living life in, not knowing what's going to happen to us. We read these things because we want to be able to prevent bad things. But in order to prevent bad things, you have to be truthful to yourself.
In order to prevent bad things, it means you're expecting bad things.
No,
listen.
Let me relate it to myself, because maybe that'll be the only way you understand. Listen, hold on. I come from Benin, yeah? I come from Benin. Benin is like 80.
Oh my God,
yeah?
my friend's from
Okay,
Benin.
cool. I'm from Benin. Listen,
Hey,
you see people from my place?
she told me.
I'll keep it 100 with you.
Jasmine,
Listen, I'm proud of my heritage.
From that country.
I'm proud of Benin, yeah? I'm proud of where I'm from.
Are you from that country?
Yeah, no, it's not a country, it's a state.
A state, sorry.
It's a tribe.
As a tribe, I am proud of where I'm from, yeah? But I also know what that comes with. Do you understand? Now, when I look at certain things of my father's, my mum always talks about it. Be careful what you marry into, because look at what I'm going through. Do you understand? I've been through certain things that has woken me up to see that I need to be in tune with my inner self. Listen, let me just bring it down to simple things. If someone consistently keeps on getting car tickets, you might say it's just a string of bad luck. You can just say it's negligence.
No, I know exactly what that is.
Parking in the wrong place.
No, it could be downside. No! That's one way to look at it. But the other way to look at it is there could be a financial hole in your pocket. A spiritual financial hole in your pocket.
Okay.
You understand?
So let me say this. Alright. So let me say this. So in the same way,
Let me drink my tea.
listen. Let me tell you, literally, when my pastor was here, we were having this conversation, and my mum was having the same conversation about where my dad came from. And she was,
it's important.
She was telling me about all of these things that my, dad's side of the family have had to experience, and as a result of their
idle ways. Yeah.
Right? Now, I am completely oblivious to that. You know why? Because I have chosen not to go down that path.
Oh, Michael,
let me tell you something.
You're making a big mistake, what you're saying.
Listen,
You're making a big mistake.
Let me tell you the truth about life. The truth about life is you make choices that govern your life.
But there are things out of your...
There are absolutely nothing that is out of your control. And you know why I say that?
Michael,
you see how you just said? You see how you said to me that me and you are beyond physicals? That's exactly what I believe. And you know what I believe that to be?
Michael.
We are all simply a projection and an extension of God in this flesh.
Michael.
Right? Let me finish. Don't call my name until I'm finished. We are all simply an extension of God in this realm. So nobody came with bad luck destined for them. If you choose to live by that, that is what you are going to experience. If you choose not to live by that, that is not going to be an experience.
Hold on. They even say, there's a saying. All right, cool. Michael, although you're saying you govern your life, even God is a respecter of tradition, because he created it. Listen to what I'm saying to you. God is a respecter of tradition.
Which God?
God. So why do you have tradition? Go on, tell me.
Tradition is man-made.
Okay.
Tradition is
God is give unto Caesar's what's to Caesar's and give unto what's to God to God. Didn't that come from Jesus?
Stop.
Didn't that come from Jesus?
Yes, but you have to put it. But you have to put it in context. But again, that's the thing that you have chosen to govern your life by, and that is fine. I don't feel like anybody is wrong. You will just get the experiences of what you choose to believe.
Mike, why do you strive? Why do you strive to do what you do every day? Why do you strive to get up?
Because I believe that I have been called to a deeper purpose. That is my belief.
Okay, bullshit all of that. You get up every day to make money.
Fuck off.
That's the real truth.
Bro, I make money. You see, this is the thing. That's the first point of call.
You get up every day to make money, to make sure that you're secure.
No. Pause.
Okay, go on.
Because money is simply a byproduct of serving people.
Okay.
You didn't hear me from the beginning because you've chosen not to hear me. I choose to wake up every day to inspire somebody and touch somebody.
If you ain't making money, how are you inspiring?
Bro, for the first side of my career, when I dropped out of medical school at 19 years old, I started my business. For the first 5 years of my business, I wasn't making any money.
And that's your choice?
No, it's because I had chosen to follow a certain path of what I believe in.
Okay.
And that belief is what is now paying off. During those times, in fact, I was even so shy to meet up with some of the people that I'd went to uni and college with because I was embarrassed. They have now finished university and they were getting jobs. And I left and I said I was going to do something great and I was going to start a business. But it wasn't producing the results that I wanted it to produce. It didn't change it didn't change the purpose of why I started it. You understand? Because, so if you say that, if you wake up every day and you say that this is what, I wake up every day to make money, it means you are allowing a space in your life for different circumstances and each wind to blow you in whatever direction, as long as it leads you to the money.
So maybe because you're comfortable.
Not so that's
why you don't wake up every day to
Michael,
make
I
money.
believe
Do you wake up every day to make money?
But you see,
I'm intrigued though. I'm intrigued.
I do. Because I know money gives me freedom.
But people who chase money
If
don't get money.
I don't
you
chase
can
money.
read a book on
I
your
make money.
life and it tells you about your baby father, right? And everything that happened there.
I want to read the relationship part. I
You
want to skip that
wouldn't.
bit.
See? What bit? So would you read it? Would you read it full stop? Or what bit would you? You just wouldn't read the book either. Why? What is it you would want to
I
see?
just don't know my destiny.
Yeah. You just want to live your life.
That's because you create your motherfucking destiny. It's not something that is imposed on you.
So why?
This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
We don't come
But
here.
you're shouting about that, but you're going to listen to the seer tonight. Why are you listening to the seer? Why are you listening to her? Why are you listening to her?
Who would read? So you wouldn't read the book. Michael wouldn't read.
What I'm saying is,
Would you read the book?
No, I wouldn't read the book.
Would you read the book? You see, I know.
He said if it was this thick, he'd read it, but not if it's this thin.
I don't care what's in that book.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want it to poison me because it may poison me.
It will poison you,
I
but it needs to
kind
make you
of
aware.
have the feeling that my destiny, based on where I come from and based on what my family has achieved, was just zero. So I think that I'm stepping outside and doing more than what I was probably supposed to do. So I believe that I can create whatever I want. So I don't even see the point in reading
Both of you are the same.
But I think
No, but we're all on the same thing. But then I connect it to listening to like fortune tellers, seers, and things like that. So I'm just asking Michael because he wouldn't read the book, but he's going to listen to the seer tonight. Why?
It's a contradiction.
I see that as a
it's not a contradiction.
contradiction.
So
I
the point
see it
is
as a contradiction.
No. Listen to the point I make.
Why
I said
is it not?
So if I believe that I am protected, and the way that I
Don't walk around with no people telling you shit.
So
I am protected. So as a result of that, certain messages will go to my pastor and he's going to come and tell me.
Exactly.
In the same way, I'm going to have a complete somebody, I call him God, this God will put me in the mind of a complete stranger because this message something needs to reach me so bad that somebody I don't even know is going to reach out to want to tell me something. If you don't call that protection, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, but in order to be, okay, cool.
And if you come to me with anything that is other than what I believe to be true,
that's you
then
being
it's pointless.
that's you.
Then it's
That's been
pointless.
You have to receive it.
That's been selective.
That's
Of
pointless.
course it's being selective.
It's pointless.
That is the purpose of
Alright
creation.
then, guys.
Pointless.
Do you know what I'm
Listen to
saying?
that.
The purpose of creation is to wake up every day and select what you want to see in your experience.
Yes,
I don't see
but you
people
can't
going
be
through shit.
ignorant to where you have come from. You can't be ignorant on the things that are gonna possibly trip you up in the way.
So where
you
you
can call
come
yourself
from-
protected, but
where you
that's
come
like
from
saying
is not as
I'm
important.
protected. I'm gonna walk into fire.
Listen.
Like
Where you come from is not as important as
where
where
you
you're
go.
going.
Very
Do you
important.
understand? No.
Wait
Listen,
a
let me
minute.
tell you
Wait
something.
a
Let me tell you
minute.
something.
Your
Let me tell
philosophy
you.
is
No.
like this.
And it works for me, But what I'm saying is, where you've come from, I don't want to be like any of those people of where I've come from.
It is an inspiration for me. It works as motivation.
I want to create something that is so absurd, where people come to me who know me from where I come
Hallelujah.
from, and they're like, "How the fuck did you do this?"
Yes.
That is what I want to do.
Jesus.
I am pulled.
Sound like a
I
pastor,
am
don't
pulled
it?
by I am pulled by the inspiration of where I want to go, not by
But you
where
have to
the
know,
fuck I
in
have
order to
been.
be wanting to be pushed on where you want to go, you have to know where you're coming from. Am I lying?
I
You-
know,
how can
you
you-
know,
how
what
can you
the
not
thing
know
is,
where you're coming
I
from?
actually used to really believe in that, but where I come from is kind of irrelevant now. because
Okay,
where I'm going.
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
In order to do something, you have to be pushed. You have to have a motivation. You can't just get up, even getting up in the morning. You have to have a reason to get
Motivation
up.
to get up
Do
here.
you understand? So my thing is, I'm not saying that, oh my God, that we must go to the promised land. But in order to go to there's a reason it's called the promised land. It means you came from somewhere that wasn't so promising. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So I do understand where you're coming from, Michael, but I have to be, I'm inspired on where I come from. I'm inspired by some of the wrong decisions people before me made because it makes me
drives you
and
to
my
Maybe
journey
just keep
more
yourself in the
sweeter.
same vibrational field. Of
No, it
those
doesn't.
people
No,
where
it
you come
doesn't.
from.
It makes me
Listen,
smash
whatever
down
you give
barriers.
your attention
It
to
makes me
expect.
smash down barriers.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
That's
So-
cool. That's how you choose to live your life.
Conclusion.